Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Chainbreakers. Come on in. Come on in. Get this out so a few people can get in here. And there we go. Good morning, Chainbreakers. It is Wednesday, November the 13th, 2019. This is going to be a fantastic day because that's the way I choose for my day to be. Hi, I'm Brad Smith. I am your host for Chainbreakers 365 Live and the creator of hashtag Uplift and Rise. I want to welcome you here today. Like I said, this is going to be a fantastic day. Come on in. Things are moving a little bit slow this morning. I don't know about you, but I've noticed the last few days the internet being a little bit off. Now, I've kind of asked a few people what is kind of affecting that. What I'm hearing back is that Facebook has been changing a few of their algorithms. So in some cases, what was easy to get out is being a little more difficult because the Chainbreakers 365 is a business page, right? So what Facebook would really like for me to do is spend a whole lot of money trying to figure out how to promote the page. So that's the way they want me to be able to get this message out, is by spending money. Another way it can be done is by you guys getting in here and liking it and loving it. Now, hitting the emojis, sharing it out yourselves, doing what is organic growth. Because for me to go in and do it, they know that I'm the administrator of the page, so they tend to downplay it a little bit. They don't want me necessarily doing that near as much. So then I get a negative and it starts pushing down the message and it doesn't get out. The only way to kind of break these algorithms is for you to go in and show how much you like this show by hitting those emojis, hitting that share button, and liking it out. Some people jumping on here at this point. Jeff, good morning. Janine, good morning. Laura, good morning. Good to see you in here. I love your comments. That is another way, by the way, that you get in here, is getting on here and putting in your comments, engaging with each other, letting Facebook know this is a meaningful message. It needs to get out. We need this organic growth. Thank you. I'm seeing those emojis all over the screen. Love those. Thank you so much. This is the way we can beat Facebook. What they don't like also is that in my message, I mention God. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that such hate out there? Isn't that a message that you just want to keep from getting out? Yeah, I know it's crazy, but some people are offended by the fact that we talk about God. So the way to be able to do it, again, is counteract Facebook by hitting those likes, hitting those loves, getting those emojis out, putting in the comments, sharing this out yourself. My friends, I want to thank you so much for doing it. One way that you can help make sure that you see the message every day is go into Chainbreakers 365, make sure that you like the page, and then you'll see the three dots. Hit the three dots, put it on its see first, so that this will always be up at the top of your news feed. You'll get notices. Also, you want to make sure you're getting notices when I go live, and it will always help you be right on top and receive these messages every day. So let's just counteract this. Let's help get this out, because I don't do this for money. I don't do this for recognition. Yes, I'd love for you to support by going into chainbreakers365.com and buying some of the merchandise, but I do it out of the goodness of my heart, because I feel a calling on my life to be able to pour into others, to help break them break the chains off of their life that keep them from fulfilling God's purpose in their life. So help me do that by getting this out, people. I really appreciate it, my friends. I can't even begin to tell you how much it means to me for my regulars to be on here every single day, jumping on, hitting the likes, hitting the loves, and getting this out. What I really want to do today is talk about specifically about counting your blessings. As I came heading back home, and I planned, because I knew the weather was going to be crazy here in central Indiana. I knew the weather was going to be crazy on Monday afternoon. So I tried to move my day forward as much as I can, get through my meetings as quick as I could so I could get away from rush hour traffic, because that's when some crazy snow was expected. And sure enough, it got crazy around here. Now, it only was about 3 inches. And for Jeff Baker, who's up in Michigan, 3 inches probably doesn't sound like a whole lot to you. But when it's the first snow of the season, people have forgotten how to drive in it, right? So they're going crazy. Now, unfortunately, a lot of municipalities, a lot of road crews weren't necessarily ready for it. So when I left yesterday morning, the roads were clear, but they were sheets of ice. The salt wasn't down, the sand wasn't down, and roads were slick. Got out on the interstate yesterday and crept and crept. There were several times, not in Indianapolis, which is where I spend a majority of my time, but getting there, I sat still on the interstate, or spent a majority of my trip going 20 miles an hour, crammed in the middle of probably, I would say over 90% of the traffic was semi-tractor trailers. It was crazy. Later the day, I got over toward Indianapolis and roads got nice. Traffic got decent. I actually got up somewhere close to what would be considered speed limit. So it got a lot better. Coming back in the afternoon, it was really interesting because the roads were a lot clearer. But now I was driving on some state highways coming back, and where the sun had been not hitting the roads because of shade, because of trees around them, they were still sheets of ice. And interestingly enough, if it was on a curve, you just kind of lifted off if you weren't very, very careful, and it would have been easy for me to drive off. Now, I could have been totally just going crazy because of the road conditions yesterday, but I wasn't going to let it stop me. I wasn't going to let it steal my joy, steal my positivity. I counted my blessings, that even though things were slow, I'd planned for it. Even though traffic crept, I was there safe. Even though I had things that I needed to do, my clients were understanding, and they got and understood what I was dealing with, and they were fine with it. How about you? Were you counting your blessings yesterday? I know there's a lot of flu bug now that's starting to go around, a lot of people that are getting it, and it would be very, very easy to be overwhelmed and concerned about it. Now, me, I try to prepare for it. I take lots and lots and lots of vitamins all the time, especially vitamin C. It really does help me fight off whatever I can get from being around a lot of people, and I'm around a lot of people every day. I take Airborne religiously every day. It's lots of vitamin C. I think that makes a world of difference. When I was traveling on airplanes a lot for my work, I had a friend tell me about it and said, "My gosh, you need to be on this. It will keep you well." Because when you're in airplanes, all those germs just keep recirculating, right? So you want to be sure that you're not getting them. Stay ahead of it, plan for it, and count your blessings. That even though a lot of people are not, and maybe even the people that you're meeting with are being affected by some of these bugs that are going around, count your blessings that you're not affected. Count your blessings that you planned and you prepared for it. Count your blessings and stay positive. There is no greater thief in the world than the one who goes and steals your joy every day. There is no greater thief out there that keeps you from fulfilling what it is your purpose is for your life, but also for that day. You see, one of the very first things that people notice about us, they might notice the way we dress. They might notice the way our hair is. They might notice what we're there to do. But the very first thing and the lasting impression that gets left behind from people and what they truly notice about you is your attitude. You see, you can be and stay positive. You can start your day with an attitude of gratitude and therefore build on positivity every day. Or you can be grumpy. You can be negative and just overwhelmed by everything going on. And that attitude is infectious as well. The question is what do you want to project from yourself? What do you want people to notice about you? You see, there's a lot of people, and it's amazing. I saw a study the other day talking about how happy people were in Canada compared to the United States. Now, especially this time of year, they're up there in the cold, right? They're up there in the crazy weather. And while we complain about it down here right now, why are we complaining? They're not. Why are we sitting there is a country that is so much more negative than what Canada is? There is lots and lots and lots of rural areas that don't get the interaction that we get around here. They don't have the access to technology that we have. And maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe it is all the negative stuff on social media that's not bringing them down. That's why I helped create hashtag Uplift and Rise, because I wanted to have a positive impact. I wanted to have a positive imprint on social media so that you started seeing much more positive stuff on your news feed every day. Go in and make sure that you see hashtag Uplift and Rise first every day. Hit those notifications so you're getting those first every day. You will start changing your news feed in Facebook every day, and it'll start changing what you see and what feeds into you. Be careful of what feeds you every day, because those same thoughts, those same emotions are what you put into yourself. That becomes your diet, and that becomes part of you every day. So be careful, my friends, what you feed into yourself. People notice your attitude. Maybe because we're somewhat of a negative society right now, maybe you're the most positive thing they see today. Maybe you're the thing that can absolutely turn somebody's life around for the day. Maybe you can pour into them in ways that you never understood. I had a friend one time who has done a lot of public speaking, and I guess it was over a year later after they had spoke, somebody came up, shook their hand, and handed them a bullet. Not just the slug, but the casing, everything. It was one that's never been fired. Handed them a bullet. And at first they were taken back a little bit. They didn't know what to think, thought it was maybe a little bit of a threat, but the person stopped to thank them and told them the symbolism of that bullet. Their life was in such distress. Their life was so down. It was so negative. It was so bad that they were ready to use that bullet to end their life. But they'd heard my friend speak, and they had poured into them in such a way that it changed their life. And they wanted to give them that bullet as a reminder of the impact they made on that person's life. She didn't know what was said that day. She doesn't even remember the person being in the crowd, in the group. She doesn't know what it was she said that made the difference in their lives. But clearly, sometimes something simple that you can say can totally turn somebody's life around. Take the time every day, my friends, and build your attitude of gratitude. Feed your life filled with positivity so that you can go out and be an impact and an impression on somebody else. Count your blessings. Keep filling yourself with that positive attitude. I hope this has been meaningful today. Never doubt what you do, because you, in the smallest ways, may make the biggest impact on people's lives that you can ever imagine. If this video, if this session today has been meaningful to you, share it out, my friends. Let's counteract Facebook. Let's get this out. Hit those likes, hit those loves, put those comments in there. Let's get this out, my friends. But I want to thank you for being here. I'm on here every single Monday through Friday at 7:30 Eastern Time, right here for Chainbreakers 365 Live. If you have trouble finding us live, you can hopefully always see us on replay. But you can certainly go in, And find these videos on chainbreakers365.com, or go to YouTube and go visit my channel at Chainbreakers365. Thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Jeff, Laura, thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day, my friends. Take care. Bye now.